Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And it seems the news is out. The information is coming through, and we get to see the actual true child grabber that Joe Biden is. Because obviously, he just can't stop child grabbing. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So, without further ado, we have the Ashley Biden diary situation, to where this is becoming to be more true, and I think this guy needs to be arrested for being a child grabber. You know, that might be a good idea. We have this here, from the Gateway Pundit, saying, Ashley Biden officially confirms her diary, where she talks about showers with my dad. Joe Biden is real, an emotional letter to judge. Goes on to say here, in a letter dated April 8th, 2024, addressed to Chief Judge Swain of New York, Ashley Biden, daughter of Joe Biden, confirmed the authenticity of her previous stolen diary. The diary, which has sparked considerable public and media attention due to the Biden's perverted acts, became a subject of controversy when excerpts were leaked online. Ashley Biden's obtained by the New York Times was submitted as part of a judicial proceeding against Amy Harris, one of the individuals convicted of stealing and selling her personal journal. In her correspondence, Ashley Biden expressed profound distress over the theft and subsequent public dissemination of her private thoughts, which she described as a stream of consciousness musings meant for personal healing. She defended the content of her diary, saying it was grossly misinterpreted and lobbed false accusations that defame my character and those of the people I love. What we have here is from the diary itself here, guys. So we're going to go over this. So pretty much this is what was written in the diary. So we're going to go, obviously we're going to read all of this. So it says here, Dear Chief Judge Swain, in connection with the sentencing of Ms. Harris scheduled for tomorrow, enclosed please find a letter from our client Ashley B. Biden. Dear Chief Judge Swain, I am deeply saddened that I even have to write this letter because my personal private journal was stolen and sold for profit. The point of the theft, I assume, was to be able to peddle grotesque lies by distorting my stream of conscious thoughts. The reason I have decided to not attend tomorrow's sentencing in person is because it would only increase my pain. Nonetheless, I write to ask Your Honor to sentence the defendant to time in prison. The defendant's actions constitute one of the most heinous forms of bullying, not to mention a complete violation of my privacy and personal dignity. After being the victim of a crime in my early 20s, I developed PTSD. The journal that was stolen was part of my efforts to heal. I am a private citizen targeted only because of my father happened to be running to be president. In other words, the extensive work I have done to move my past, my trauma was undone by Ms. Harris's actions. The defendant's actions have created a constant environment of anxiety, fear, and intimidation in which my innermost thoughts are constantly distorted and manipulated. Here's what I have with this, though. Wouldn't you want the man that actually did this to you and these horrible acts to you should have, maybe faced some type of repercussion for it? Because obviously he should be arrested. He should be in jail. I don't see how this guy can even be remotely allowed to be moving around, right? All this stuff. Like, I think if I was a victim of this type of stuff, I would really want to have some type of justice. She goes on to say, although this criminal act happened more than 3 years ago because of the publicity it drew, exactly as Ms. Harris intended, I am constantly re-traumatized by it. I will forever have to deal with the fact that my personal journal can be viewed online. Repeatedly, I hear others grossly misinterpret my once private writings and lob false accusations that defame my character and those of the people I love. Her actions were not only re-traumatizing to me, but constituted a horrific trauma in and of themselves. This ongoing harm is a direct result of Ms. Harris's intentional actions. I ask Your Honor to sentence Ms. Harris to time in prison, followed by a lengthy probation. She should be held accountable for what she has done. Not only did she demonstrate a complete lack of morality, but she lacks any respect for the rule of law as well. Among other things, she has failed to appear in court 12 times. My goal in asking Your Honor to impose a term of incarceration is to ensure that another woman isn't bullied and shamed like this ever again. The despair I have often felt will never truly go away, but I ask Your Honor to hold Ms. Harris accountable so that she thinks twice before doing it to someone else. I have spent much of my life trying to speak up for those who cannot find their voices. I am fortunate enough to have found mine, and I use it today and every day to make sure that bullies are held accountable. Finally, I worry that non-exculpatory sentence will send a message to her and to others like her that it is okay to violate and exploit others for your personal gain, and regardless of the accumulation of pain it causes. Please send a message that these types of damaging criminal actions will not be tolerated. I thank Your Honor for your consideration. So that's one from Ashley Biden. Now, my problem is that it feels a bit odd because of what was going on here. But it says, it can be recalled that Amy Harris, 41, was sentenced by Biden's Department of Justice to prison last month, followed by a period of home confinement for her role in the alleged theft and distribution of a diary belonging to Ashley Biden. Amy Harris, 39, found Ashley Biden's diary at a halfway house in Palm Beach in 2020 and sold it to Project Veritas for $40,000. As previously reported by the Gateway Pundit, Ashley Biden left her diary under a mattress at the Palm Beach rehab home following a stay-at-home treatment facility. In January 2019 entry, Ashley Biden recalled how she used to shower with her father, Joe Biden, and suggested it may have contributed to a sex addiction. The diary prescribes Ashley and her father, Joe Biden, taking showers together at an appropriate age. Hypersexualized at a young age, what is this due to? Was I molested? I think so. I can't remember specifics, but I do remember trauma. I remember not liking the Wozak's house. I remember somewhat being sexualized with a cousin. I remember having sex with friends at a young age, showers with my dad, probably not appropriate, being turned on when I wasn't supposed to be, etc., etc. You can read the entire diary contents here. James O'Keefe was later the victim of a late-night FBI raid and was arrested by the Biden regime. U.S. District Judge Angela Torres, an Obama appointee, said Project Veritas' First Amendment claims were inconsistent with Supreme Court precedent. Regardless, this is what's happened here. And what we have here from Snopes, that actually Biden accused Joe Biden of inappropriate behavior in a leaked diary. What they go to here to say is that Snopes changed the rating of this fact check from unproven to true based on testimony provided by Ashley Biden. In an April 8 letter to a New York judge requesting jail time for one of the two people convicted of stealing her diary, Biden wrote, "I will forever have to deal with the fact that my personal journal can't be viewed online, etc., etc." It goes on to say, previous versions of this fact noted strong evidence that the diary existed, but argued that no source had authenticated the contents of the pages published online, writing that the authenticity of the photographs purported to be from a diary is separate question from the factual existence of a diary. I don't even know what they're talking about, because obviously this here is it's insane. Actually, Biden wrote a letter to the judge confirming the diary is real and belongs to her. Here's a reminder of what the diary said. The President of the United States is a child grabber. And it goes say here, showing days, etc., so at a young age. So, yeah, that's what's going on here. So, Joe Biden is a child grabber. He should probably be in jail just for that alone. I feel bad for the woman that was abused this way. Yeah, I think that's all we can say, really, with that whole situation. I mean, take a look at some of these clips here of Joe Biden just sniffing children, and it really begins you to think that a lot of this might actually be 100% true.
Yeah. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you. I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys till you're 30.
Okay.
Right?
No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind. At least.
Coons insisted his daughter was not disturbed by this televised nuzzle from former Vice President Joe Biden in 2015.
There was a huge bank of cameras, about 50. And Joe, who knows her, leaned forward and whispered some encouragement, telling her that she was doing great, that she looked wonderful.
Job. You got to keep the boys away from your sister. That's the deal. Hey, Jasper, you're going to have a hard job keeping the boys away from your sister. Like, you ready?
Thank you so much.
Now, you getting in this picture?
Do I still hold five?
Right over here. There you go. You can put it away. Pleasure to meet you. Come on, this can hurt your reputation, man. Too old and too lovely. What do you see?
This is
My daughter-in-law.
Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hi, Jack. You have very good taste.
So yeah, this is just all leading to things that are incredibly creepy. And I just can't do it. I can't. He's a child grabber, folks. Just get used to it. Hopefully he gets put in jail. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Let's try to share. So take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.